what I want in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Spider-Man Brand New Day is probably one of the most hyped movies of next year. It's probably going to be one of the best, in my opinion, from what we have seen in the leaks and in just the photos on set. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 things that I want in the film and 5 things that I don't want. First thing I want in the film. So, I want Peter to tell us what has been happening ever since everyone forgot him. And once he tells us everything that's been happening, I want him to show the villains that he's been talking about. I want him to show the fight scenes. I just want a pretty short and long-ish explanation on what's happening since he's been forgotten. It's going to open with Peter sitting by Aunt May's grave, and it's going to make it seem like he was actually telling all of this to Aunt May, because he's probably been going through a hard time ever since Aunt May died, and then he's been forgotten by the ones he loved. MJ doesn't know who he is, Ned doesn't know who he is. He probably is trying to find a college to get in, and I think it's probably going to be one of the saddest parts of the movie and one of the most heartwarming things. I know it's sad and heartwarming at the same time. It's a little weird, but I think that would just make the movie feel so grounded and compelling, and even if it's only at the start, because I think he should be still holding on to Aunt May till the end of the movie and realizing that he doesn't need to hold on to the past and he needs to look forward to the future. I think that would probably be one of the best options to put in the movie. Now, the second thing, I want him to not have anyone to lean off of. I know Bruce Banner and the Punisher, they're both going to be in this movie, but I really want Frank Castle. I really want him and Peter to have a horrible relationship, and at the start, not at the start, but like, and the first scene that we saw on set was Peter on that big vehicle driving down the street, and I think Frank Castle should be driving it, and then they're both gonna have an argument. They're gonna be fighting, and at one point they're gonna introduce Bruce Banner, who's gonna have like Gamma Tech, and I think Scorpion should have Gamma Tech. He's probably gonna have Gamma Tech, which is gonna infuse with his suit. So I just really think he shouldn't have a mentor in this movie. He should be trying to take his own path. Third thing I want in this movie is to introduce some new side characters. And yeah, I want MJ, Ned. I think they should introduce J. Jonah Jameson more. I think they should put more people from the Bugle in. I think they should put maybe even Gwen Stacy. Honestly, I think Sadie Sink should be Gwen Stacy, because she would be such a good Gwen Stacy. And yeah, she's a redhead. But some of you guys forgot about wigs. Like, people don't think about that type of stuff. And yeah, she can be that like villain that can shapeshift. She's like a multiversal villain, which I don't want a multiversal thing in the movie. I want there to just be a grounded story with compelling objective and a good motivation, a good climax. I really want the final battle to be such a big, grounded thing, and I just really want new characters that should start his journey on to college, because I think they should continue with the college route, and then they should introduce Gwen Stacy, more of his love interest, Felicia Hardy. Oh my gosh, we can literally have Sydney Sweeney as Felicia Hardy, which would probably be a great casting. Which, yeah, I really think they should just add more characters. Not too many, like a couple. I think that would be great. Now, the fourth thing I want is to not have the CGI over the suit. I really want them to just stick with the practical swinging, or even when they have to do CGI, I think they should do the same thing that Sony did on TASM 2, where his suit, when he was swinging, it was like you could see the bagginess of it, and I really just loved that detail because it felt more real. And I really want them to play with the lighting in it. I really want them to do everything they can to make it look so good. I just really want that, and I think it would be the best option that they could choose. It would probably make the movie so way better than what we would expect from them. Because Sony has been pushing out Kraven the Hunter, Madam Web, the last Venom movie. That really sucked. But I just really think that this practical swinging, just like in TASM 1, if you look back on the practical swinging, and the first part, that looks so beautiful. And I think we should just stick with that, because that made the swinging such a lively thing in the movie. The fifth thing I want, and also it's kind of relatable to the first thing, I'm gonna talk about it, what I don't want. So the fifth thing, I really want the symbiote to be in it. I want it to be related to Matt Gargan, because I really think that the Scorpion with the symbiote will probably be the Venom. I don't want there to be an Eddie Brock. I don't want an Eddie Brock. I just want Matt Gargan as Venom, because in the comics, Matt Gargan, he got the symbiote as Scorpion, and that was such a great character. I loved him. And I really think that at the end of the movie, Peter should get the symbiote, and then that would go into Secret Wars, because I know he's probably not going to be in Doomsday, which in Secret Wars, just like in the comics, Peter has the symbiote, which a great comic run, and the movie's probably going to be even better than Doomsday, which I will talk about Doomsday soon, but probably not right now because my schedule is horrible. But I really think that they should introduce the symbiote. Alright guys, now onto the things that I don't want in Brand New Day. So, the first thing I don't want in Brand New Day is the symbiote. Yeah, I just talked about how I wanted it, but I really think it would be a better decision to have the symbiote in a second Spider-Man movie, or introduce it in Secret Wars, because I think introducing too many things in the first movie of the new trilogy will make the movie be worse. And I don't want too many things to be introduced, because then the story might go all over the place. There might be different plots, storylines in the movie, and I don't want that, because I want it to just be focusing on Spider-Man and Peter. But I really want it to focus on more Spider-Man than Peter, because Peter, yes, he's an emotional kid he's an emotional adult, which he just lost everything in his life. He's trying to start new. And I really think that introducing too many things would be really bad in the movie. And now the second thing I don't want in the movie is too many villains. I get it. I do want villains in the introduction when he's talking to Aunt May at her grave. I really think that would be such a good introduction, just like in the Brand New Day comics. It introduces that comic run with an introduction of the villains that he's been fighting. And I really think that part would be such a good thing in the movie. I think it would be such a beautiful thing to have an introduction. But I don't want there to be too many villains, because then we can't focus on the main villain, which it's probably gonna be Scorpion, or maybe even Mr. Negative, but I think they'll probably introduce Mr. Negative when the timeline gets reset, and then the MCU is gonna be a more simpler, more comic accurate version. Now, the third thing I don't want in the movie is CGI slop. I don't want them to have CGI over the suit to make it look skin tight. Like, that's just stupid. Like, if you look in Homecoming, it looks like he can barely breathe. Not as bad in Far From Home and in No Way Home, because No Way Home, in the integrated suit, they did really good putting the metallic effect on the upgraded suit to make it the integrated suit. Very good. But I think just we don't want that much CGI on a suit, because then it makes it look unreal. We want it to have a real effect to resonate with the film. Now, the fourth thing I don't want in the film, I really don't want the suit to change. I want it to stay the same. I don't want him to make a new suit at the end. I don't want him to make a new suit in the middle. I want him to keep the suit for as long as he can. And yeah, I get it, he needs to make upgrades, but I don't want him to upgrade it too much to make it look like a non-comic accurate suit, because what we have now, magnifique, delicioso, it's amazing, and I really think that we should keep it. We need to keep it that way, and I'm so happy they got rid of the final swimsuit. Yes, that was so comic accurate, but the final swimsuit, it looked super expensive. There was screen printing, and it didn't look real. I really think that staying with that suit would probably be the best option, because then it would be magnifique, delicioso, magnificent, perfecto. And yeah, I just really think that they should stay with that suit, because I love that suit so much. Because I bought the final swimsuit. It's the suit that I have, that I was going to use for my fan film, but now I'm using the Brand New Day suit, and I'm probably going to use the symbiote suit for the homemade suit. Yes, it's not going to be symbiote, it's just going to be a black suit. It's just going to be the symbiote suit, but fabric. And I really think that it's such a perfect movie if they just stay with that suit. The fifth and final thing I don't want in the movie is to have one of the villains die, because I think that would be horrible. I want them to keep these villains and keep them as villains. I want them to stay in this trilogy, because they're probably going to be great. I want to keep these villains. I want to keep Scorpion. I want to keep Mr. Negative. And if Kingpin is in there, I want to keep him, because I love these villains. I want them to stay. I don't want them to die. I want them to stay in the trilogy, and I don't want them to go away. I want them to keep bringing them back. Not too much, but I still want them to bring them back as villains, or just talking about them in like the Daredevil series, or in just other TV shows. Now, I do have one more thing to add about what I would want. So, yes, I know that Sony really doesn't like having other characters in others' respective series, but I really want Daredevil to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day, because that team up with Frank, Daredevil, and Spider-Man, they would be such a good trio. One is just quippy, one is so serious, and then the other is just calm. He's just so calm, and they all have their separate personalities, and I love that. And that's probably the thing I want most in Spider-Man Brand New Day. So, yeah, that was what I wanted and didn't want in Brand New Day. Now, I will talk about other respective series, and yes, I know I haven't posted in 3 months. I just have had a horrible schedule because of rehearsals and stuff. So, please, YouTube, please bless me and reach this out to people. And I hope you guys liked it. And if you have any other things you guys want me to talk about, or maybe suits that you want me to buy, drop it in the comments, or like the video so then it reaches out to even more people. So, thank you guys. Have a great day, and see you later.